So you've had a long day at work and you've got a long ride home, about an hour and a half, a bit longer if you're me, including quite a lot of London and a bit of motorway. What are you going to do it on? What's the best vehicle for it? You're probably thinking motorcycle, but you're wrong. The answer is one of these. A maxi scooter, of which this is one of the best, if not the best. It's Yamaha TMAX. And I'm going to explain to you why it's the best vehicle in the world for this job. Motorcycle is the second best. What else you got? You got train, that would put me on Southern Rail, which is just a catastrophe at the moment. Car, you'd basically never get to work, would you, if you tried to? The journey I have, it already takes an hour and 10 minutes through London by bike. Did it on car, you'd never get there. So it's got to be a motorbike, but it's no it's not exactly twisty back lanes, so you just want something comfortable and practical. So it's kind of good to have a compromise, isn't it? Something with the congestion beating ability of a bike, but with some of the comforts of a car, and that is exactly what a maxi scooter does. Look, I've got my feet on a floor, not on foot pegs, completely protected. It's been raining, my feet are in DMs which aren't waterproof, but they're not wet. And they won't get wet, I don't expect. I've got my waterproof trousers on, I probably barely need those. I've got a screen in front of me. I've got full length body protection from the elements. And when I get to work in the morning, I take my helmet off and sling it under the seat and go in as if I haven't just ridden. That's why scooters, big scooters, maxi scooters are popular in slightly warmer European countries, because they appeal to car drivers who are looking for an alternative to a car, and it's warm enough for them to consider getting on two wheels. So they're looking for something which has some of the creature comforts of a car. They don't want to put on leathers. They just want to sling some waterproof trousers. Waterproof trousers over jeans, that's what I'm wearing. It's basically motorcycle with minimal disruption to your ordinary routine. You don't need a motorcycle rucksack. You don't need a full Cordura suit. You don't even need to change gear. You just twist and go, they're so easy to ride. And it's also why they don't do so well here, because here it's just not quite warm enough for people to consider getting out of their cars. They stay in them, stuck in the traffic. They don't want to get on two wheels, car drivers, most of them anyway. So instead of getting compared to a car, instead of being an alternative to a car, as it would be seen by buyers in some warmer parts of Europe, here it has to appeal to a motorcyclist to swap his motorcycle for it. And it gets compared to bikes. And I guess a lot of riders find it difficult to justify the price. $9,599 for this. You can certainly, you can get a motorcycle for a lot less than that, can't you? My SV650 cost $4,600 a couple of years ago. But they should justify the price to motorcyclists, because they offer so much more than a motorcycle for half the price. Just want to get home. Obviously they're never going to handle quite like a motorcycle. a motorcycle is always going to be the option when you do have a nice set of twisty roads to ride. But that's not to say these aren't fun. I have found myself just extending rides just for pleasure. Not necessarily going fast, just the simple pleasure of riding a two-wheeled motorised vehicle. And what is it? It's 45 horsepower, so it's not massive power, but it's the torque that matters on these, isn't it? 39 pounds-foot of torque, so it's got nearly as many pounds-foot as it has horsepower, and that's what matters on a big scooter. And that torque is always there. You only just have to open the throttle for it and wait a moment. Will you still be able to hear me? I don't know, but this is the motorway part of my ride now. And I'm completely shielded from the wind, not just my body, not just, from the waist up, but from the waist down as well. My legs aren't either side of something. I suppose they are either side of that, of the engine in the footwell, but they're behind something, more importantly, and my feet are on the floor. So I'd be getting a little bit chilly by now, I think, on a motorbike. But I'm not.